you guys have already seen this, but this is where I have been teaching the past few weeks. My office, nice and cozy. So yeah, I'm gonna gather all this up and head to school. Where do I begin? I don't even know. I feel like I have a lot to do, but at the same time, I know it's really not that much. I think what I need to do first is make a list. And the Sharpie does not work. This one doesn't work either. Maybe I should add buy Sharpies to my list. I have 2 in my backpack. I'm really overwhelmed. By the way, I did get a venti Irish cream because I need the caffeine. It's super good. This is the list I ended up with. I need to make new student pods because I have different students coming this time. I need to create new seating groups. I need to check and make sure everything is good to go as far as their materials. I need to get my guided reading cart ready because I was kind of using this for like storage while I was teaching, so it's not like fully ready to go for guided reading. Also, everything I keep over here I need to go ahead and organize too. I also was considering planning for guided reading because I don't have next week planned, but I'm not necessarily sure what I'm gonna do because it'll be their first week back in the classroom. I also need to update my centers. I need to hang new sight words up on my wall. I need to replace the books on my bookshelf. I need to file away student work that I have sitting back there. Let's see, I need to hang student work. I should have some student work in the cafeteria. I need to check and organize our games that we use for indoor recess. I need to clean out my prep cart, which is over there. It's behind my little whiteboard. And then I need to update my calendar because it still says November. I have plan and prep for next week written down. Even though I do have next week planned, I didn't have it planned for the classroom, so I'm just gonna look over my plans. And then these are some other things that I need to do. I have to clean the room because there's some things out of place. I'm preparing some modifications for one of my students. I need to stock my fridge, and I need to buy backup snacks just in case students forget their snacks. So this is everything I need to do, and I just made a little note to myself for Tuesday when they come back to take new pictures of my students because I have a director and a helper and a student of the week. So yeah, it is a lot to do, but it's also not a lot to do. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be able to cross these off pretty quickly. We'll see. It's been a long time since I've turned on my projector. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely cannot work in silence. I always have to have some kind of music going, music playing, so I'm gonna airplay my computer. If you can name this song, leave me a comment. Okay, so I just took some time to make new pods for my students. We separate our students into pods, and if someone in the pod is sick, then the pod quarantines for a couple of weeks, which I haven't had happen yet. But it's really difficult because I have to group my students in a way that allows me to have small groups with them. It's not the way I would typically group them. So I spent a little bit of time rethinking how I wanted my groups to go because I have 2 students who are going to be joining us this time, and I think 2 of the students who were here last time are not going to be with us in person. So I did a little bit of moving around, and now I need to set up their little groups. This is definitely more time consuming than I thought it was going to be. I did go ahead and organize and get all their supply caddies ready, but now I need to go ahead and empty all of their crates because there's a bunch of trash in there, and then I can go ahead and vacuum the floors and I'll probably feel a lot better. I got the centers mostly updated. I hung up all of our sight words. I do have to print play and have, and then I'll be good. The only thing I didn't get updated for writing would be the writing kind of word wall. These are from Move Mountains in kindergarten, but I never printed the second half of the year, so I'm gonna leave them up for now just for demonstration purposes, and then print the other ones probably sometime next week. I did put all of like the mix it, fix it sentences out on the table, that way they were right next to the pocket chart, because I think it was kind of hard to see when they were down here, and I kind of reorganized this just a little bit, and I'm gonna print a couple more writing papers. And the sight word word center pretty much looks the same. I am probably going to print a couple more copies of our sight word activities over here. I can do that tonight. And then I added a couple more things in the bins, but I also am going to make a few more little word work activities because they've done these before, but for the sake of routines, I'm gonna leave them for next week because it's something that they can come in and they already know how to do. So I'm not rushed with that, but I am gonna try to prep it. So I am making good progress on this list, but I'm still not sure it's all gonna get done. Also, another thing I was kind of thinking about, this is kind of my center management that I used last year as kind of like a whole class incentive. My students 2 times during the day could earn a little cookie if they did really well during center, so it was reading and math centers. Right now, because our day is so short, I'm not currently doing math centers in my room. Like, it's probably something that's going to be more like a Friday thing. It's not going to be every single day, but I really liked having this, and I was thinking what I could do is kind of make a bigger version of it, so I could print letters that said smart cookies, and then I would print cookies that are a little bit bigger for them, and then like stick a large one up on the wall every time we did good during centers. And if we earned like 4 by the end of the week, we would have a special reward. But I've been thinking about what to use on this wall, and I think that's a good idea because I was just looking for a place to hang this, because last year it was behind me and I had like a magnetic whiteboard, so it stuck up very nicely, and this year I don't have that. Oh, I need to update my standards too now that we're back, but I think that's actually going to be a pretty good use of space for this wall. The problem is my list is getting longer, not shorter. It is after 8 o'clock, sadly, but I did get just about everything I can do here done. I will end up buying groceries for my fridge and snacks at some point this weekend, and I have to do all of this at home, so I got pretty much everything done. I still need to breathe. I need to relax. It's going to be okay. Here is an overview of what the room looks like. I'll walk you through really quickly just one more time. Everything over here is set up. Our word work center is good to go. I printed more activities for sight words. Our writing center is good to go, looking nice and neat, and I printed more writing activities in here. I still need to do this. I hung the smart cookies there just to remind me that I need to put it up. I don't know if that'll get done this week, but it's there and I can at least talk about it with them. I'm gonna print off new standards this weekend. I printed off a new tracker. I did want to show you. This is just here blocking off names, but this is how I'm gonna do it since I have a majority of my kids in the classroom and some of my kids distance learning at home. So the top portion is what I normally track in the classroom, and this bottom portion is what I'm tracking for the kids at home. So I don't need to track the same things, but I still wanted to keep track of every student on one tracker. So this is kind of how I did this. This is in my Instagram bio for free for you to edit and adjust as you need. So my center tracker is there, it's ready, it's always next to me. I got my bell out for centers, I prepped my cart, I prepped my teaching area. All that is ready to go. I even pulled books for the kids. I need to get my fridge stocked. The library was fine as it was. So over here I updated our books for February. I ended up changing the calendar. I added another little nameplate so that our new students can sign in. Got my area all organized. Got this area all organized. And my kids' pods are also ready to go. Everything has been cleaned out, it's been restocked. I went ahead and took their morning journals out and put counting cups. So the first thing that they do in the morning is their counting cups, and then when I ring my bell, they go into their morning journals. So once they count their counting cups, they can switch with someone in their group and count all of them, because at this point they're kind of counting them a little bit quicker, which is really nice. And then their morning journals look like that, but I flipped this one over so you wouldn't see the name, and I'm gonna flip them all before I leave. But I just didn't want you to see any names. Yeah, and the last thing I did was hang up the monsters that I got, and my monster is over there just for decoration. So this is the room. This is what it currently looks like. I'm ready for the kids to come next week. It's getting really late and I really need to go home. I'm still gonna work out. Oh my gosh, I still need to eat dinner. I need to eat dinner and then I'm gonna work out because I just realized how hungry I was. Thanks for getting ready to go back to school with me. If you like setup videos, I have a whole setup playlist. You can find it right up there. I also wanted to share my thoughts because I have struggled so much this year with how I feel and what I need to be happy, and going back and forth between being online and being in the classroom and being online and being hybrid. It's just a lot and it takes a lot on my mental health. Luckily, I found some ways to kind of ease the burden. I think in any normal year, being a teacher is just stressful and overwhelming, but this year especially, a lot of us are hanging on by a thread. I don't want to speak for everyone. For a minute there, I was doing pretty well, but it's a lot. So I think the most important thing for me recently has been to step back, again, stick to my contract hours. I know I stayed late today, but I don't really have a choice because I'm not coming in on the weekends to set up and I have to get my classroom ready. The other thing I've been doing is just really enjoying my evenings. I've been working out more. I've been staying hydrated. I love this thing. Thank you for the recommendation, Shakira. But I've been trying to do just about anything I can to enjoy my life outside of teaching, because this year just has not fulfilled me in the same ways that it has in the past. I'm hanging on, I'm trying to be positive. I am looking forward to seeing my kids and meeting some of them for the first time, and I am honestly ready to get back into the routine and feeling like a teacher again, because teaching from home I don't get that teacher feeling. And even coming into my classroom for a little while, it didn't feel like a classroom because the kids weren't here. It felt empty, it felt weird. We hadn't spent that much time in here, and now getting everything ready again, it kind of reminds me how much I do love being in this space. So let me know below how things are going at your school, if you're online, if you're virtual, if you're switching, if you're going back and forth, if you're waiting to hear, let me know. And I'm also always here for you in my Instagram DMs. If there's something you want to chat about, you can reach me there. Okay, I am gonna head out. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one.